Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So last week I did a video that was about 10 different ways of making gold that are really easy, and one of the spots that I featured in that video was a Mists of Pandaria farm that I learnt from a Twitch streamer called Thagorus. Now, in today's video I'm basically going to do a bit of a full run of both spots, 40 minutes each with potions of luck, and I'm going to give you my full results and a bit of a conclusion. So first of all, before I get into the main stuff, I'm just going to cover what these spots are for any of you who missed the past video. So essentially, you go to Straves, which is in the Dread Wastes, or the Ruins of Gulai in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. You pop on a potion of luck, which allows you to get some cool little treasure chests when you loot mobs, which is kind of nice. And you also want to ensure that you're going there on a character with tailoring. Now, you're not going to be doing any sort of crazy AH flipping or anything like that. The main reason why you want tailoring is because the cloth that you get is actually increased if you are a tailor, which is kind of nice. So, while I will get into the numbers in a bit, I'll just give you my rough thoughts. Overall, these are very nice on-demand farming spots that give you a decent amount of gold in a reasonably instant fashion. You won't be spending ages fiddling around with the AH, which is one of the nice things. The vast majority of the gold is basically got via the raw gold that drops, the stuff from the various treasure chests that you get, and then vendoring stuff. And it's also very convenient because the potions last for 20 minutes, so I find that's kind of manageable. Personally, I think a really good way of doing things if you want to make gold is you should try maybe grinding out what you can in the Pit of Sauron and trying to get the Battered Hilt. If you do that, right, it'll take about 20 minutes to hit the hourly instance limit. Then after that, you can just do a potion or two here while you're waiting for your instances to reset. Similarly, if you were doing, say, the Bastion of Twilight trash farm that I covered in that top 10 video last week, you could do Bastion of Twilight until you reach your maximum amount of resets, then pop onto another character and do this farming spot. Which, overall, it's kind of nice to just weave into what you're already doing if you plan sitting down for an hour or two and just making some raw gold super fast. Anyway, let's get into the details for both spots. So first of all, I did these both with a potion of luck for 40 minutes, so that's 2 potions for the sample that I'm using for this video, and I was farming it on a Boomkin Druid. Look, these are by far the best class in the game for soloing, just like mass amounts of mobs. In my opinion anyway. You just get the glyph of Untamed Stars and you pull everything within 40 yards and you kill it. It's insane. So let's start off with Straves. I found this to be the most lucrative spot. Basically what you do is you just run loops around the central tree structure of the island and kill everything that you see. Now, if there are just 1 or 2 loose mobs, then of course it's not really worth grabbing them, just focus on the large pools. That's where you're really going to find efficiency. Now, I'm not sure why, but I do find this to be a lot less tedious than the Ruins of Gulai farm. I'm not really sure why that happens, it's just a bit of a feeling. The time really passed fast for this one. Anyway, so at the end of this run, you'll have random greens, blues, epics, which are just world drops. You'll have a massive amount of windwool cloth, some spirits of harmony, and treasure chests. The chests can contain a lot of things, mainly Mists of Pandaria reagents like trillium, spirit dust, exotic leather, golden lotuses, and things like that. The chests can also contain some gold. So let's break down my results after 2 20-minute long potions. So first of all, I got 1028 windwool cloth. Now this cloth was crafted into item level 458 cloaks. These cloaks can then be vendored for 17 gold each. Now you can, if you really want, sell the windwool on the AH, because the global average is 1 gold 57 silver, which is a little bit more, a good bit more actually, than what you get from just doing that vendoring method. But I've already got plenty of stock. I didn't want to flood the market with windwool because that would crash the price, so I just vendored them. You can make more gold per hour here if you put these on the AH, but as I said, really be careful not to flood the market. If you dump like 10,000 cloth in, then it'll just kill it. You can also use this cloth to craft royal satchels and windwool bags if you want, and you can even use the Spirits of Harmony the drop to bypass the cooldown on crafting Imperial Silk, which is the cooldown reagent needed to make royal satchels. Now since I vendored them, the windwool cloth turned into 873 gold. I also got 3 Ghost Iron lockboxes. These contain gold and green items. Since I've got a rogue, I was able to lockpick them, and they contain, on average, about 70 gold worth of items each. So 3 of them is 210 gold. I also got 45 white trillium and 32 black trillium. They sell for 3 to 5 gold each. I believe I actually sold my black trillium for 9 gold, which is kind of crazy. Now, I did say no AH needed, so you can skip this if you really want to, but overall, with the effort that it takes to list them, I would just do that anyway. These come to, assuming a price of 3 gold each, 231 gold. Oddly enough, they still do sell. I've got no idea why, though. Now, I also got 66 exotic leather. I threw them on the AH, but you can actually leatherwork them and create mist-hide bracers, and then vendor the bracers for 4 gold. That means that you get essentially a vendor price of 80 silver per leather. This is really good if the market is below 80 silver, so for me that's 53 gold worth of exotic leather. Now, between the gold looted from the mobs and the gold from the Potion of Luck chests, plus the stuff that I got from vendoring the various bits of gear, I also had 1,394 gold in my bags. So the overall total was 873 plus 210 plus 231 plus 53 plus 1394, which equals 2,761 gold across a 40-minute run. And over 1 hour, that's 4,145 gold, and most of that was just instant gold that was in my bag. Considering how this is so instant and on demand, I think it's a pretty good way of making gold. Now next, let's cover the ruins of Gulai. Again, you just want to loop around the place while AoEing the various mobs. The main difference here is that you get Gulai cache keys. These keys open chests inside the Gulai ruins that contain loot. Other than that, though, you're basically getting the same items that you get from the Sraves farming location. Let's break down the earnings. So first of all, I got 23 Gulai cache keys. The gold from opening the chests from the Gulai cache keys, looting the mobs, and then vendoring the various greens that I got, brought me to a total of 1,401 gold. The chests contain a lot of items, actually, mainly Pandaria cooking mats and treasures of the Veil, and the treasures of the Veil can contain crafting resources, spirits of harmony, and I've actually got a rare chance of containing a sky shard. I'll talk more about sky shards in a minute. So after opening all of the chests, I had 725 windwool cloth. As I did last time, I just turned these into cloaks and vendored them, which netted me 616 gold. I also got 34 black trillium and 27 white trillium, assuming a value of 3 gold each, which is a very low estimate. That's 115 gold. I also got 59 ghost iron, which is worth 1.5 gold on the AH, which I did, so that's 88.5 gold. I also got 60 spirit dust, which is basically worth next to nothing. I also got 3 golden lotus, which I just craft into more potions of luck, which means your potions of luck are essentially free. Then I got 20 silkweed, which I dumped in the AH for like 50 silver each, so it's not even worth counting. And 128 exotic leather, which I crafted into bracers and vendored for 80 silver per leather, and that's overall 102 gold. On my server, the exotic leather was actually going for under 80 silver, which is kind of pants. Now, there's also that Pandaran vinegar, cheese, and other cooking mats that you get from the cache thingies, but I just vendored them because I've got no idea what to do with them, and I think they're kind of worthless at this stage. So overall, 40 minutes got me 1,401 plus 616 plus 115 plus 88.5 plus 10 plus 102, which is 2,302.5 gold. Now, if you sort of extrapolate that out, that's 3.5 thousand gold per hour. And you also get loads of BOA reputation tokens for the Golden Lotus, and if you're lucky, you'll get a Sky Shard drop. Now, if you get the 10 Sky Shard drops, then you're actually able to sell the Alani summon, and that can get a lot of money, but that's a super random thing, so let's just leave that out of our calculations. Now, there were a few other players when I was doing this, so the gold per hour total is probably closer to 4,000 gold. Now, honestly, I think the best one to do is Sraves, because it's technically higher gold per hour because of the time that it takes to go into the ruins of Gulai and open all of the cache keys. So I'd say Sraves is your way to go, unless, you know, you want to farm up the Alani mount for your personal use or get some of those reputation tokens. Now, finally, I did learn this initially from Thagorus, and I'm pretty sure he's faster than this and does get better results than me, but I do really recommend checking out his stream. He usually does gold making of some sort. Plus, honestly, it's nice to have a streamer who doesn't fall into the screaming Egypt category. He's a nice chill dude. I recommend checking his stream out. So that's it for this video. I thought I'd just dive a little bit deeper into this farming location. Honestly, I think it's pretty damn good. So that's really it for me. Let me know if this is working for you, or if you're doing any other nifty farming spots. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.